too much to do and not enough time. There's so many different factors that cause us stress, and according to the American Institute of Stress, they divide it up into 4 basic categories. So the biggest reason in our lives that causes us stress is our workload, and a lot of stuff what people said was work-related. And it's 46% of all stress that we experience is connected with our work. That might sound like a lot, but if you think about it, about half of your waking time, the time that you're awake, you're at work. If you're getting, let's say, 6 hours of sleep, hopefully you're getting at least that much, hopefully. Well, you have 18 hours remaining in your day, and easily 10 of those is either commuting to and from work and at work, or maybe even more than 10 hours. Maybe it's 12 hours. So 46% might even be a low figure. It might even be more than that. But at least 46% of our stress is caused by our workload, deadlines, things like that. 28% people issues. Maybe you don't get along with the person you're sitting next to at work, and you're spending half your day at work. Or maybe you've got personal issues in your life. Between workload and people issues, that's like 75% right there. Right? Those 2 items take up 75% of the stress that we experience. 20% is juggling your work responsibilities and your personal life. And then 6% is a lack of job security. Are things like stress, anger, and anxiety that ultimately take a toll on our body. Things like high blood pressure, we know that's a product of the mind. Think about it. It's not necessarily the circumstances around you, it's your mind that's giving you high blood pressure. We're going to explain that a little bit more. Your mind is creating fatigue. It's your mind that's preventing you from getting a good night's sleep. Like you just can't let it go, the project you're working on, or maybe the conflict you had. You're holding on to it, and you can't fall asleep. You're trying, but the mind just plays it over. It's an instant replay mode. You can't get it out. And then, of course, in a worst case, heart attacks and strokes, we can know that's all a product of the mind. So, good way to understand this, how the mind affects the body, is the phenomenon of nightmare. Anybody recently have a nightmare? For some of us, maybe it's more graphic. You saw a horror movie and then you're like the victim in your nightmare. Like, oh my God, I'm being chased by somebody with a hacksaw. And then, when you wake up from that, what are your bodily symptoms when you wake up from a nightmare and realize it was just a dream? Okay, you're sweating. What else? Your heart's pounding. You feel like the guy may still be in the closet, Everybody responded to that. All right. So your heart's beating, you're breathing faster maybe. And to think about it, you were comfortably tucked away in your bed in beautiful Northern California. The sun is always shining and the hills are flowing, right? But what made your heart beat faster? It was your mind. You weren't running. What made your breathing faster? Your mind. What made perspiration come out of your body? How hard do you have to work out for perspiration to come out? Think about it for a moment. How hard do you have to run on that treadmill, before okay, finally I'm sweating, But here it's like you're sitting still. You're as inactive as possible. And the mind says, well, we're going to make you sweat. Right? So it's a product of the mind.